Here we are, night 2 of our Festivus. We are at VBGB, joined by parts of Monsters and Men. Very, very excited to see you guys tonight. Ragi and Nana, am I saying that right?
Perfect.
I mean, my name's Tamo, so I want to get it right because I get real upset when people are like, Tamo?
Ragi?
Tamo? Tamo.
That's nice.
Congratulations on Fever Dream.
Thank you.
Amazing. It was just so refreshing. We didn't know what we were going to get. 3 years in the making, or was it 4 years in the making? 3 years. 3 years in the making?
It was 2016 we started to work on it, right?
Yeah,
Something
so
like that.
3 years.
And we hear alligator, and it was, I don't know if I can say this, a holy shit moment. Everybody was in the room like, this is going to be one of the biggest songs, if not the biggest song of 2019. So I just want to start off with the important stuff and say congratulations.
Thank you.
It's an incredible album.
Thank you so much.
By the way.
Thank you.
I've heard you say that there was sort of a theme with the album about change and kind of not fearing change and going with change. Am I right on that?
Yeah. I think like that's what we set out to do, both with like, you know, what most of the lyrics are about, and also kind of how we approached making the music. So kind of changing up our roles within the band and kind of expanding on them to kind, you know.
Yeah, just to keep ourselves curious and yeah.
And was that change was there more to the change? Were there actually changes in those 3 years in life that you felt like you needed to express in an album? Or was it more of just, hey, we're going to kind of change the dynamic and the sound of the band? Or was it both? What exactly was the change about that you're talking about?
I think like, you know, when you hit 30, you know, there's a lot of changes. And it's not necessarily the age, it's what, you know, your mindset and when you start thinking about things differently. So it's definitely a time in our lives that many things changed, and we addressed that in the album. And so it was not trying to provoke that change. It was more kind of reflecting on it, I guess.
I love that. I was curious in thinking about the album, thinking about the lyrics, thinking about the process and the theme of the album. Is there any type of mantra or saying in Icelandic that kind of goes with, what we say, everything happens for a reason? Or do you guys just say everything happens for a reason?
Oh, like an Icelandic thing that's just, we guess like that tatarettast. It's like a very Icelandic thing. Tatarettast. It's kind of like, it's going to be fine.
Okay, it's going to be fine. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that more than, because sometimes when you're going through it in life and somebody says, well, everything happens for a reason, you just, you're like, okay, well, I can't see that reason right now, so you need to get away.
Yeah, tatarettas is, that's better, I think.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Something that kind of threw me when I was watching some interviews that you guys have done recently talking about the album was somebody had asked you about the process of writing and creating the songs, and you said lyrics come last.
Yeah.
And I just found that so amazing and like interesting, because for a lot of artists it seems like the lyrics are the fuel. That's the driving factor, the message that you have to get out. So do you feel more of like you're driven by the instrumentation or the music or being together, and then you kind of like let those messages that you want to get out kind of fall into place? What's that process if the lyrics come last?
Well, I don't think the lyrics come last in like, there's always a feeling behind it. There's always, I think we're mostly talking about that when we have like all that we need to say, it comes last, because it's,
Yeah, usually it's something comes in the beginning and kind of shapes the feeling of the song, but then lyrics are always the last thing we finish, I guess.
Yeah.
I got you.
So, but yeah.
That's the last part of the evolution process. You allow that to kind of evolve through the process.
You kind of need them in the beginning, and then you can kind of shape the song so it fits the feeling, but then you kind of need to leave a little bit space for the lyrics in the end to kind of come together, I guess, for us at least.
Yeah. So
but
there's definitely, we're always kind of going from a feeling or from initial lyrics. You know?
I love that. It almost goes with the theme of accepting change, embracing change, and it reminds me of that saying, be open to the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you kind of need to especially when you work in a band and you bring in an idea. It will never turn out exactly like you had in your head. So you kind of have to be very open to it going through everyone and changing. We kind of learned that over the last 10 years.
Yeah. I'm trying to soak this in because I think it is all a message that so many of us can embrace, which is embracing change. It's so hard. It's scary. And I think that's why I'm so fixated on it, because it's just something I think that we can all really take away. And I think it was part of what was so refreshing in the new album, outside of the new change, which was did that happen organically, or were you like intentional about it? We want to create a new sound. We want to do something different.
I think it was intentional to flip things around a bit and kind of go away from our roles within the band. So it was intentional to change a bit, but we didn't.
It wasn't.
We were
like
open to what kind of change it would be, I guess.
Yeah, and it's also just like. Yeah, I don't think it was this grand plan of this is going to be an album that is all about change. It was, like you were saying earlier, something that, which is a theme in our lives, but also just when you're writing a song, for example, it's so refreshing to see how many possibilities there are to write a song. Like you can kind of get stuck where you're like, oh, I pick up this guitar and this is how I write. But if you just, do anything else, you just pick up something that you're not used to. It just, it opens up something new.
Yeah. It's like in cooking, adding that one ingredient. You're like, let's see how this goes.
Put a little cumin in it.
This makes it kind of smoky.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Well, we are very, very excited about tonight's show. We've been excited to see the year that you've had. Again, congrats on the album. A bonus question.
Yeah.
Because I'm a stalker and I know that you guys like to watch horror movies when you're on tour.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Parasite. Have you seen Parasite?
No.
You haven't seen Okay. Well, we're getting the thumbs up in the crowd that you've got to see Parasite. Put that one on your list. Do you have anything that you would recommend at the moment?
You're the expert.
I haven't really... There's not a lot of news. Wait. Is there something new that I like? I don't know.
Even out of the archives. Out of the archives.
I always recommend Babadook.
Babadook?
Yeah, that's a
good one.
It's from New Zealand, and that's a really, really good one. I think that's just my main recommendation right now.
Babadook. You heard it
Babadook.
from Babadook. You heard it from Of Monsters and Men. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you.